It's back to the beach for the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series. Randy LaJoie, defending 300 champions here, as is Mike Magic Shoes McLaughlin. Elton Sawyer hopes to clean up on the 2.5-mile tri-oval, while Jeff Green, he'll be among those eyeing victory in this first race of the season. The series' young stars are here, like Casey Atwood. And the fourth generation of that most famous racing family, Adam Petty. Matt Kenseth hopes to leave his mark, as does two-time NASCAR truck champion Ron Hornaday. Winston Cup headliners Terry Labonte and Mike Skinner are among the 43 stars ready to take green. Rich in tradition, today's 300-mile race, prelude to the Daytona 500 tomorrow, reaches new heights in 2000, and the traditional blue skies greet the 43 Busch Grand National starters for this, their first race of the season, the Napa Auto Parts 300. Let's go down to pit road right now with Speedway Illustrated Magazine's Dick Berggren.
Thanks, Ken. Hut Strickland will start on the pole for today's race if his car will start. Yesterday in the last practice session, they couldn't get this thing fired up at all. Went through 2 ignition systems, missed the whole thing. Ron Hornaday starts on the outside of the front row. No problem with the car here today. We've got a champion driver from several divisions behind the wheel, but only his second start at Daytona. Ron, how will you run your race today?
Well, if I take this Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet with his Ron Hutter motor and just stay where we're at all day, I think we'll be okay. We've just got to make our friends today, and if we got some friends behind us, we got a good chance to finishing good out of this one.
Good luck to you, Ronnie. Darrell Shaheen.
Randy LaJoie had planned on running the year 2000 variation of the Chevy Monte Carlo here today, but they had trouble getting the rear deck lid and spoiler area to pass NASCAR's inspection, so they were forced to break out their backup car, this 1999 version. This is the very same car Randy drove to victory in this race last year. Randy, some would say the 99 is actually better than the 2000. What do you think?
I'll let you know in about 2 hours. I hope it is. It knows how to get to victory lane. Maybe we'll have a good day, a good safe day, and see you all in victory lane later.
Can Randy LaJoie, the two-time Busch champion, will start 9th today.
That's where we saw him a year ago in victory lane, as we await now the command to get this race underway. $1.4 million is at stake, and we're ready to go trackside for the most famous words in motorsport here on CBS to get our weekend going.
Now for the most famous words in motorsports, the Grand Marshal of the Napa Auto Parts 300, Miami Dolphin great Larry Zonka.
Gentlemen, start your engines! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we need pit road to be cleared. The grass area to be cleaned. The car road and pit road also needs to be cleared at this time. All unauthorized personnel off the pit road and off the grass between the car road and pit road at this time. Thank you.
Well, welcome aboard, everyone. Larry Zonka certainly sounded fired up, and so is everyone else here for this Napa Auto Parts 300. Ken Squire with you as we get ready to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of this great event. This trophy here goes to the winner today. Last year, the season's winner was Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's moved on. He gave us a great show in this event, and this is usually an event where we see new young stars really strut their stuff, show what they're made of. I'll give you an example. A year ago, coming down for the checkers in the final laps of this event was a young guy just 18 years old named Casey Atwood. He got a real taste of Daytona right here, upside down, sliding toward the tri-oval. And then a nasty series of rolls. So Casey Atwood is now a veteran, but he's back. And Randy LaJoie, as you heard, he's ready to put that #1 right back in the top spot again today. Now, many of the legends of racing, those names you're so familiar with, are back. But there are new first names for this race today. There you see Bobby Hamilton Jr., 23 on the left in the blue uniform. That's Adam Petty in the middle. He's 19. Jason Jarrett at 24. All ready to give it a go here today. They'll be fun to watch. Just some of the stories we'll be following in this 300-mile event. Well, let's go topside right now with the guys who will call the race today. That's Ned Jarrett, Buddy Baker, and here's Mike Joy.
Thanks, Ken, and hello, everyone. There are a lot of established stars in this race. Phil Parsons is in it for the 13th time. But there are 12 drivers making their Daytona Busch Series debut in the field as well. So, Ned Jarrett, what kind of a race will we see today?
You know, that's about 30% of the drivers who are running their first Napa Auto Parts 300, and that could create some excitement. I think that we'll see some very good racing here. Those drivers have been in practice and learned a little bit about the drafting, but some of the drivers complained about their cars jumping around in the corners because of the new shock and spring rules that were mandated for this race. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I think it'll be competitive.
Well, defending series champion Dale Earnhardt Jr. has moved on to Winston Cup, as has challenger Matt Kenseth. So, Buddy Baker, is this championship fight wide open?
Absolutely wide open. And you know, when two great stars move up, there's always somebody that's a hopeful that moves into the race. So you can never say never to anyone that's in the field. They can go out there and win today because you get a good run down the back straightaway on the last lap, and you may win your first Daytona in your first race here.
Among those seeking the championship, Jeff Green, runner-up in this race last year and runner-up for the Busch Series championship to Earnhardt Jr. last year. And what of Hornaday, the two-time Truck Series champion? His Daytona debut last year, he misses the wreck and goes to the grass.
Yes, and when you get in the grass, you have absolutely no control. He hits Phil Parsons very hard in the grass there. End of the day for both cars.
All right, getting set for 300 miles. We'll be back with the start of the Napa Auto Parts 300 on CBS after this.
CBS Sports presentation of the Napa Auto Parts 300 is sponsored by Napa. Why do you need genuine Napa replacement parts? Because some things can't be replaced. Smooth Busch beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Busch, the official sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series. And by Ford, the latest innovations, the greatest tradition.
Hi, I'm Steve Hanshew, president of Napa. On behalf of more than 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and nearly 10,000 Napa Auto Care centers across the nation, we welcome you to today's CBS broadcast of the Napa Auto Parts 300. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the race.
The Napa Auto Parts 300 is part of Speed Weeks 2000 at Daytona, presented by Fritos. It is a Chamber of Commerce day here in Daytona Beach in north central Florida. It's going to 84 degrees today, they say. The humidity, a lot of fog this morning. Now it's down to 69%. A light breeze, but warm on the racetrack, 130 inside those cars. Starting lineup for the Napa 300 has Hut Strickland on his second career pole. Ron Hornaday, the former Truck Series champ. Terry Labonte, two-time Winston Cup champion, and Buckshot Jones. Row 3 is Jay Sauter from the Truck Series and Bobby Hamilton Jr. The 98 Winston West champ Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth, fourth in this race last year. The defending champion Randy LaJoie and Kenny Irwin Jr. Jason Leffler from the USAC midget ranks, and Jeff Purvis, runner-up here 2 years ago. Jeff Green, a close second in last year's race, and Elton Sawyer. Tim Fedewa, a three-time winner in this series, and Mike Dillon. 19-year-old Adam Petty, the fourth-generation driver, and USAC sprint car ace Dave Steele. From Indy Cars comes Scott Pruitt and Phil Parsons, the veteran of the field. Jack Sprague, two-time Truck Series champ, and Matt Hutter from Ohio. Michael Waltrip, twice a runner-up in this race, and Hermie Sadler. Third-generation Jarrett, that's Jason, and Joe Nemechek starting deep in the field, 26th. Mark Green and Kelly Denton in the 14th row. Mike Skinner, last year's Atlanta winner, and Hank Parker Jr. Mike McLaughlin and P.J. Jones. In row 17, Wayne Grubb and SCCA's Mike Borkowski. Kenny Wallace with Casey Atwood, 19 years old, youngest in the field. Todd Bodine and Jason Keller. Former series champ David Green, ASA champ Tony Raines. Dick Trickle made his Daytona debut 21 years ago. Bobby Hillen and Chad Chaffin. complete the starting lineup.
There were a big field of cars entered for this Napa 300. 15 drivers failed to qualify. That would be a good field of cars for any Saturday night race around the country. Some stars that had hoped to make the field here and run for the championship this year, but were disappointed had to go home.